Hey everyone, Jake here. If you think you know Tanzania, well, think again. Today, I'm about to take you on a wild ride through 10 absolutely insane places in Tanzania that, honestly, most folks have never even heard of. These aren't your typical tourist stops, nope. We're talking hidden gems, secret spots, and jaw-dropping landscapes that will totally blow your mind. So, why should you stick around till the end? Well, each one of these places is more incredible than the last. And I promise by the time we reach number 1, you'll be itching to add a few of these to your own bucket list. Plus, some of these locations are so offbeat, even seasoned travelers might be surprised they exist. Whether you're a seasoned explorer or just someone who loves discovering new corners of the world, this adventure is for you. I'll be sharing stories, little-known facts, and a bunch of reasons why these spots deserve way more attention. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into the lesser-known side of Tanzania together. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, kicking things off with a bang, let's talk about a lake that honestly feels like it belongs on another planet. This is Lake Natron, tucked away in northern Tanzania, and wow, it's unlike anything you've ever seen. The water here shimmers in wild shades of red and orange, thanks to minerals and microorganisms that thrive in its super salty environment. It's kind of eerie, but also totally mesmerizing. Now what makes Lake Natron so otherworldly isn't just the color. The shoreline is crusted with salt, and the air is thick with the calls of thousands of flamingos. These birds come here in huge numbers, drawn by the lake's unique chemistry. It's actually one of their most important breeding grounds in the world. Seriously, the sight of all those pink birds against the red water is just unreal. But, heads up, this lake isn't exactly the best spot for a swim. The water is so alkaline it can actually burn your skin. Still, standing on the edge of Lake Natron, you can't help but feel like you've stepped into some kind of alien landscape. And in the distance, you'll spot the Old Doinyo Lengai volcano, which adds a whole new level of drama to the scene. If you love places that make you question reality, Lake Natron is an absolute must-see. It's a little tough to get to, but trust me, the journey is totally worth it. And hey, this is just the beginning. There are even more wild spots coming up, so stick with me. Next up, we're heading way up into the mountains to discover a spot that honestly feels like something out of a dream. This is Kitulo National Park, and it's often called the Serengeti of Flowers. When you arrive, you're greeted by rolling hills absolutely bursting with wildflowers. Seriously, it's like a rainbow exploded right on the ground. The cool thing about Kitulo is that it's not just about the views, even though they're pretty epic. This place is home to some of the rarest plants on the continent, including orchids you won't find anywhere else. Every spring the whole landscape just lights up with color, and it's honestly hard not to stop every 5 seconds just to take it all in. Walking through these fields you'll spot butterflies flitting from flower to flower, and if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of a botanist pointing out some of the park's unique species. There's a kind of peace here that you just don't get in the busier parks. No crowds, just you and nature at its most spectacular. If you're someone who loves the outdoors, or if you just want to experience a totally different side of Tanzania, Kitulo National Park is a can't miss. It's wild, it's beautiful, and it's honestly one of the most magical places I've ever been. And trust me, the surprises just keep coming. Alright, for this next adventure, we're heading to the coast for something truly unforgettable. Swimming with the biggest fish on the planet. That's right, I'm talking about whale sharks, and there's no better place to see them up close than Mafia Island. These gentle giants cruise through the warm waters here, and honestly, it's an experience that'll stick with you for life. Picture this, you're snorkeling in crystal clear water and suddenly a massive shadow glides by. That's your first whale shark, and let me tell you, nothing quite prepares you for just how huge and graceful these creatures are. They're totally harmless, by the way, and swimming alongside them is way more peaceful than you might expect. Mafia Island itself is a hidden gem, with vibrant coral reefs, colorful fish, and even the occasional sea turtle drifting by. You might spot a traditional dhow sailing past, adding a touch of local flavor to the whole scene. It's the kind of place that makes you want to slow down, breathe it all in, and just appreciate the moment. If you've ever dreamed of swimming with whale sharks, this is the spot to do it. The best part? It's way less crowded than some of the more famous dive destinations, so you really get to enjoy the magic of the ocean. Seriously, this is one adventure you'll never forget. And there's still more to come, so don't go anywhere. Alright, so let me tell you about the most peaceful beach I found in Africa, Matema Beach. It's this hidden gem on the shores of Lake Nyasa, and honestly, Waking up there to the calm waters at sunrise was just magical. There's something about the stillness of the morning, the gentle sound of waves and the sight of local fishermen quietly casting their nets from wooden canoes. The whole scene just feels, well, timeless. As I wandered along the beach, I got to meet a few villagers and the kids were just having the time of their lives, splashing around and playing in the sand. It's the kind of place where everyone greets you with a smile, and you can't help but feel welcome. The local way of life here is so beautifully simple. I watched as fishermen hauled in their nets, and they even let me take a closer look at their fresh catch of the day. The fish, still glistening, really made me appreciate how much the lake means to the people here. There's this sense of community that honestly is hard to find elsewhere. It's not just about the scenery, it's about the people, their stories, and the way they live in harmony with nature. The mountains across the lake, the Livingstone Mountains, rise up in the distance and create this breathtaking backdrop that just adds to the serenity. Later in the day, I found a quiet spot on the sand to just sit and take it all in. The sun started to dip behind the mountains, painting the sky with these incredible shades of orange and pink. It's one of those sunsets that makes you want to pause and just breathe for a moment, The laughter of children playing nearby, the gentle lapping of the water and the cool breeze coming off the lake. It all comes together so perfectly. It's honestly hard to imagine a more peaceful place. As evening settled in, I wandered through the village and admired the simple, beautiful clay huts that dotted the landscape. Life here moves at its own pace, and it's a reminder of how much joy can be found in the everyday. I ended the day, feeling grateful for the chance to experience this slice of paradise. It's the kind of place that stays with you, long after you've left. If you're ever looking for true peace and a warm welcome, Matema Beach is definitely the spot. So, in this chapter, I got to witness some of the most inspiring conservation efforts in Africa, focusing on the last rhinos and wild dogs. At Mkomazi National Park, I saw a majestic black rhino grazing peacefully in a protected sanctuary. It's kind of surreal, honestly, knowing how rare these animals are and how much work goes into keeping them safe. The rangers here are real heroes. They're out there every day, tracking and protecting these incredible creatures from poachers and other threats. I had a chance to talk with one of the wildlife rangers and, wow, the passion and dedication they have is just incredible. They use all kinds of technology like telemetry equipment to track the animals and make sure they're safe. The rhinos are under constant watch and there's even protective fencing around the sanctuary to keep them out of harm's way. It's a tough job, but you can really feel how much the rangers care about every single animal. And it's not just about the rhinos. The African wild dogs here are also a big focus. Watching a pack of wild dogs on the move is something else. They're so energetic and playful, but also super vulnerable. The park is working hard to protect them and give them a fighting chance. Seeing the wild dogs playing together really brought home how important it is to keep these species from disappearing. It's pretty moving to witness firsthand. The landscape in Mkomazi is vast and wild, stretching out as far as the eye can see. It's a tough environment, but it's also teeming with life. Every day, the rangers patrol the savanna, keeping an eye on the animals and making sure the sanctuary stays secure. It's a constant battle, but thanks to their efforts, there's hope for the future of both rhinos and wild dogs. Honestly, it left me feeling hopeful and inspired by what's possible when people come together to protect our planet's most endangered species. Alright, so, exploring the ancient forests of Pugu Hills was just wild, literally. The place is home to a massive cave that's filled with, get this, over 1 million bats. Standing at the entrance, I could feel the cool air rushing out, and honestly, it was a little spooky but super exciting at the same time. As dusk approached, the sky suddenly filled with this swirling cloud of bats pouring out of the cave, and it was one of the most unforgettable things I've ever seen. The forest itself is this lush green wonderland, with a thick canopy overhead and narrow trails winding through ancient trees. Hiking along these paths, I was constantly stopping to check out all the unique insects and plants that call this place home. There's just so much biodiversity packed into every corner of the reserve. It really makes you appreciate how important these old forests are, not just for wildlife but for the whole ecosystem. One of the coolest moments was looking up at the towering trees, some of which have stood here for centuries. The forest feels almost untouched, like you're stepping back in time. And then, venturing into the bat cave with night vision gear, I got to see the bats up close, hanging from the ceiling in huge clusters. It's a bit surreal, honestly, being surrounded by so many creatures all at once. The sounds, the smells, the sheer number of bats. It's an experience you won't soon forget. As I continued exploring, a local guide pointed out some historical landmarks hidden within the forest, reminders of the people who've lived here for generations. There's a real sense of mystery and history in these woods, and it's easy to see why they're so special. By the end of the day, I felt like I'd uncovered a whole new world, tucked away just outside the city. If you're up for adventure and want to see nature at its wildest, Pugu Hills is definitely worth the trek. Alright, so, imagine standing in front of artwork that's nearly 29,000 years old. Here at Kondoa, the ancient rock paintings seem to whisper stories from a world long before ours. It's honestly mind-blowing to think about the hands that created these images. People who lived, dreamed, and hunted right here where we're standing now. Each brushstroke, each symbol feels like a message sent through time, connecting us to a civilization that thrived millennia ago. I can't help but feel a sense of awe as I trace, in the air, the outline of these mysterious figures. There's just something so powerful about witnessing this kind of history up close. The sheer scale of the rock overhangs, sheltering these paintings for thousands of years, is just incredible. It's a reminder of how much we still have to learn from the past, and how these ancient artists left their mark on the world, hoping someone, someday, would find it. As I listen to the archaeologists here, I realize that every symbol has a story. Some represent daily life, like hunting scenes or people gathered together, while others are shrouded in mystery, their meanings lost to time. The experts explain that these paintings might have been used for rituals, or maybe even to record important events. It's fascinating to imagine what each figure meant to the people who painted them. The more I learn, the more I appreciate the complexity and depth of this ancient culture. There's a sense of reverence among everyone here, as if we're all part of a shared journey to unlock the secrets of these rocks. Honestly, it's hard not to feel humbled by the knowledge that these images have survived wars, weather, and the relentless march of time. The landscape surrounding the rock sites is just as breathtaking as the art itself. Rolling hills stretch out in every direction, dotted with acacia trees and the occasional herd of wildlife. You really get the sense that this place has always been special, a crossroads for people, animals, and ideas. Watching the clouds drift lazily over the shelters, I find myself wondering what life was like for those ancient artists. Did they gaze at the same horizon, inspired by the beauty and challenges of their world? There's a timeless quality to this place, as if the past and present are woven together in every rock and brushstroke. As I move from painting to painting, I'm struck by the variety of images. Humans dancing, animals in motion, abstract shapes that spark the imagination. Each one tells a different part of the story, offering a glimpse into the hopes, fears, and dreams of a civilization long gone. I stand here just taking it all in, feeling a deep connection to the people who came before us. It's honestly a little overwhelming, but in the best possible way. These ancient masterpieces remind me that even across thousands of years, we're all searching for meaning, beauty, and a way to leave our mark on the world. And wow, what a legacy they've left behind. So picture this. I found myself on a wild island in the middle of Lake Victoria, and it was honestly like nothing I'd ever experienced before. Rubondo Island National Park is, basically run by chimpanzees, and wow, these guys are the real stars here. The dense forests are their kingdom, and as I listened to their calls echo through the trees, it really felt like I was just a guest in their world. Watching a chimpanzee swing effortlessly from branch to branch was, well, just mesmerizing. Every day brought a new surprise. From the boat, I could observe entire families of chimps, sometimes just relaxing, sometimes playfully chasing each other along the shore. There's something, I don't know, almost human about their expressions. Like when I saw a close-up of one chimp's face, it was so full of emotion and curiosity. I even spotted a baby chimp clinging tightly to its mother's back, which honestly just melted my heart. But hey, Rubondo isn't only about the chimps. The island is also home to some seriously unique wildlife. I caught a glimpse of a Sitatunga antelope wading through the swampy shores, moving quietly and blending into the reeds. And just when I thought I'd seen it all, a colorful fish eagle swooped down right in front of me, snatching a fish from the lake with incredible precision. The whole place just buzzes with life. I had the chance to chat with a primatologist working at the chimpanzee sanctuary, and man, the work they do here is just inspiring. They told me about the careful efforts to protect and study these amazing creatures, making sure the island stays as wild and untouched as possible. Looking out over the island from above, with its dense green forest stretching as far as the eye can see, I realized just how rare and precious this place really is. Okay, so next up, I visited what's officially the world's smallest national park, and honestly, it blew my mind. Sanan Island sits right off the coast of Mwanza, so close that you can see the city skyline while you're surrounded by wildlife. It's wild to think that just a short boat ride can take you from the hustle and bustle of city life to this little patch of pure nature. As soon as I set foot on the island, I was greeted by zebras grazing with skyscrapers in the background. Yeah, it's a sight you don't really expect. Impalas leap through the grass and vervet monkeys dart between the trees, always on the lookout for a snack. The rock formations here, especially Mwanza's famous balancing rocks, give the place such a unique vibe. It really feels like nature and the city are, well, colliding in the coolest way. One of the, more adrenaline-pumping moments was feeding tilapia to crocodiles. Don't worry, it's all done from a safe, designated spot, but seeing those powerful jaws snap shut right in front of you is something I won't forget anytime soon. The park staff makes sure everything's safe, but still, my heart was definitely racing. From the highest point on the island, you get this panoramic view that stretches all the way back to Mwanza. It's honestly amazing to see how this tiny island manages to pack in so much wildlife, adventure, and yeah, just straight up fun. Sanan might be the smallest national park in the world, but it's absolutely packed with big surprises. Now, if you've ever wondered what it's like to explore the so-called Galapagos of Africa, let me tell you, it's absolutely epic. The Udzungwa Mountains National Park is a place where waterfalls thunder down cliffs, and the forest is shrouded in a misty, magical atmosphere. Hiking through these high-altitude rainforests, I felt like I'd stepped into another world entirely. There are species here you won't find anywhere else on Earth. I was lucky enough to spot a rare Aringa red colobus monkey leaping between the treetops. Such an incredible sight. The diversity of plant life is just as mind-blowing. I saw flowers and trees that exist only in this one small corner of Tanzania. Every step, honestly, felt like a new discovery. So here's a fun one, trivia time. Did you know that Tanzania is one of the world's top biodiversity hotspots? Maps of the country light up with all the unique species found here, from tiny frogs to giant trees. It's wild to think just how much life is packed into these mountains. Learning about all the endemic species really gave me a new appreciation for just how special this place is. Standing at the top of Sanjay waterfalls, looking out over the endless green, I felt both humbled and inspired. The final challenge of this journey was just soaking it all in, realizing that places like Udzungwa are rare treasures that need to be protected. It's an adventure I'll never forget, and honestly, I hope everyone gets to experience something like this at least once. Wow, what a journey this has been, right? From islands ruled by chimpanzees to the tiniest national park and the wild wonders of the Udzungwa Mountains, Tanzania has just blown me away at every turn. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for the ride, and honestly, I can't wait to share even more adventures with you soon. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with anyone who loves epic travel stories, and of course, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me keep bringing you these offbeat destinations and wild experiences from around the world. Plus, you definitely don't want to miss what's coming up next. Thanks so much for watching and being part of this journey. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and yeah, keep chasing those once-in-a-lifetime moments. Safe travels, everyone.